Hi, welcome to General Recaps. After Humpty, a talking egg and long estranged childhood friend of Puss from the orphanage where they both were raised, tricked Puss into committing a bank robbery in his hometown of San Ricardo. Puss learns the entire heist was a plot by Humpty to get rich. As they were getting away from the guards, Puss had no other choice. He jumped into the river and left Humpty to be captured by the town guards, and Puss has been on the run ever since. Today we are going to recap a 2011 story, Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots is a Spanish-speaking, anthropomorphic cat named for his signature pair of boots. A fugitive on the run from the law, Puss is seeking to restore his lost honor. In a tavern, rough-looking men tease Puss. One man pulls the bar stool out from under Puss. Puss throws a knife at a man's head, narrowly missing him. When another man approaches with a knife in a threatening way, Puss holds his sword to the man's throat, pinning him to a wall. He learns that the murderous outlaw couple Jack and Jill have the magic beans he has long sought, which can lead him to a giant's castle known by legend to contain valuable golden goose eggs. When Puss attempts to steal the beans at their hideout, another cat interrupts. Both fail and escape because they started to fight before getting the magic beans from Jack and Jill. Puss follows her to her hideout. Puss dance fights with a hooded cat. Puss says, "Put up your dukes." The two cats growl and hiss while boxing with each other. Puss picks up a guitar and hits the hooded cat across the head. The cat takes off the hood and turns out to be Softpaws. She scolds Puss for hitting her across the head. Puss protests loudly that he didn't know she was a woman. Puss soon finds out that she was hired to steal the magic beans as well by Humpty Alexander Dumpty, a talking egg and long estranged childhood friend of Puss from the orphanage where they both were raised. Puss tells Kitty that Humpty was his only friend at the orphanage that they both grew up in, and not his brother. However, as they grew up, the harmless pranks they performed as children soon turned into criminals. This changes when Puss stops a bull from killing the head of a soldier's elderly mother. Puss, the new town hero, had less time to spend with Humpty, leaving him desperate. He attempts to steal without Puss until Puss bails him out and tells him he is not stealing anymore. In his desperation, he wakes up Puss one night, telling him he owes Blue Boy, the orphanage bully, and the reason they became best friends, and his gang some money, so asks Puss to help him leave town. When Puss gets him over what he believes to be the town wall, he realizes in horror that the town wall was actually the wall around the San Ricardo bank, which Humpty had just robbed. Humpty escapes with all the money in the bank as the alarm goes off. The soldiers arrive immediately and, seeing Puss with Humpty, believes he helped in the crime. Puss was shocked and scratched the soldier leader's face, making the leader angry. Wrongly accused, Puss flees with Humpty in their cart, which is destroyed on the bridge, and all the money in the town falls in the large river. In his desperation and depression, Puss jumps and runs away from San Ricardo, leaving Humpty behind. This event is what leads to the frosty relationship between Puss and Humpty. Later, seduced by Kitty, Puss agrees to go with them on their journey, although Puss only accepts so he can pay the debt he owns to San Ricardo because of Humpty. Puss and Kitty's relationship turns romantic, and, despite Puss's initial grudge against Humpty, he slowly warms up to him. As the trio steals the beans from Jack and Jill and plants them in the desert, they ride the beanstalk into the clouds and enter the giant's castle, where Humpty reveals to Puss that the giant died a long time ago. They must still avoid the Great Terror who guards the golden eggs. They soon realize the golden eggs are too heavy and decide to steal the goose's gosling. After witnessing it lay miniature golden eggs, they manage to escape the castle and cut down the beanstalk. After celebrating, the group is ambushed by Jack and Jill, and Puss is knocked unconscious. When he wakes up, he follows their trail to his hometown, where he is shocked to find Humpty handing out golden eggs to the residents. Humpty explains that it was all as part of his master plan to get revenge, and that everyone, the bar patrons, Jack and Jill, even Kitty, worked for him. Puss is surrounded by the town's militia and turns himself in following pleas from his adoptive mother Imelda. While Puss is in jail, Puss learns that the Great Terror and Humpty had stolen the magical beans. The monster they encountered in the castle will come and destroy the town in order to retrieve the Golden Goose, which was Humpty's plan all along, as the Great Terror is a giant goose who is the mother, and the Golden Goose is its baby. Puss meets Andy Jack Beanstalk in prison. Jack reveals that Humpty stole the beans from him when they shared a cell years ago, and warns Puss that the Great Terror is the Golden Egg Goose herself, a gigantic bird who will stop at nothing to rescue her baby. Puss realizes that luring the Great Terror was Humpty's intention all along, hoping to destroy the town in revenge for his imprisonment and flee with the gosling in the chaos. After Puss hears this, he tries all means to get out of prison and even tried to use his adorable kitty eyes, which just worked for a short while. But the guard came to his senses before he had escaped and attacked Puss, but Kitty frees Puss from prison and apologizes, revealing her feelings for him. He locates Humpty in time and convinces him to do the right thing, redeem himself by helping save the town from destruction. Humpty, who still had the hatred for the town, was still not convinced at first, complaining that Puss, his best friend, left him alone when he needed him most, and that he had never fit in with others in the orphanage, where they had met with Puss as kids. Eventually Humpty decides to help after Puss apologizes to him and assures him that they will always be brothers. Using the gosling as bait, Puss and Humpty are able to lure the Great Terror away from town. With Kitty's help, they also thwart Jack and Jill's attempt to steal the gosling during the chase. As they reach the outskirts of town, Humpty and the gosling are knocked off a collapsing bridge, but manage to hang onto a rope that Puss grabs. When it becomes evident that Puss cannot save them both, Humpty sacrifices himself by letting go. After a fatal impact, Puss discovers that Humpty was a large golden egg underneath his shell. The Great Terror is reunited with her gosling, and she takes Humpty's golden egg remains back to the giant's castle. Despite saving the town and being hailed a hero by the townspeople, Puss is still a fugitive in the eyes of the militia. He reunites with Imelda, who expresses her pride and love for Puss, before he flees with Kitty, who playfully steals his boots and runs off. In the epilogue, Jack and Jill are recovering from their injuries. Humpty's spirit is seen in his normal form, wearing a golden egg costume, dancing on the mother's back with the Golden Goose, and Puss and Kitty finally share a kiss.
What do you think about the movie? If you liked it, let us know in the comment section, and also if you liked the video, like and subscribe to the channel to get more movie recaps. See you next time.